hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, entertainers? So time comes out with another video. Now, this video, I'm probably going to drop it Monday morning. So this is Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 17, episode 3. Y'all already know what to do. If y'all new to the channel, Evner Entertains, this is where I cover some more classy type shows. We talking Bravo, MTV, VH1, those type of vibes. Okay, so the episode starts off with Drew and Angela meeting up. Now, I talked about this scene on Evner Entertainment. When it comes to Drew Sidora, I feel like this scene was low-key setting her up. She talks about Drew, her divorce, and how her career has made her have to travel a lot back and forth. They show in a scene, y'all, her telling the daughter, hey, why are you sad, baby? Are you mad because mommy's never home all the time? I said, oh my God. Oh.
And it saddens me, Kelly.
Ralph doesn't even need an attorney at this point. He can represent himself because she's at this point giving up the evidence, okay? Like, she is just giving it up to that narc. It's so bad. And I felt so bad watching the scene because I just know, like, that to me was like the nail in the coffin for Drew, okay? Angela is talking about how her daughter is staying with her for a little bit and then she's going to go back home with her partner. It's so funny when, like, gay relationships, they're so like they're talked about in a way that's so exclusive, okay? Like partner. I cannot stand when somebody say that word. I get the reason and why though, because you want to kind of like keep privacy. Like if somebody asks you like, oh, like girlfriend or something like that, you like me and my partner. Now if they keep asking questions, they're being intrusive. They're trying to clock your tea. If you are a gay person and you say my partner and somebody says, oh, your partner, like she or like he, they keep trying to like find the gender, they try to clock your teeth. Now, Angela also vents about her homes and how she lost over $2 million. What Karen said, you gotta have millions to owe millions. So is it bad? Yes. But in the grand scheme of things, the fact that you as a person could afford to lose $2 million or spend $2 million, that shows that you're blessed. She just has to move a little bit more smart when it comes to real estate, because for somebody who starting to work in it as a recent, yeah, I could see why somebody could end up in like heavy debt. I could see it. K. Michelle is a meeting with Phaedra, Cynthia, and Porsha, and they start talking about the situation with her butt and her butt like starting to leak. Porsha says out loud in the midst of it, she's like, oh my God, what happened? Did you have a miscarriage? At first, I thought K. Michelle was doing the most. But watching the episode and later on when they show the flashback scene, I could see why she would have been like irritated with the fact that she asked that. Like, Porsha to me, I don't think meant offense by saying it. Portia's just not that smart. Because you know that she has a history with her butt leaking and having the surgery and all of that stuff. Why would the first thing go to your mind is a miscarriage? Does that even make any sense? Especially if the leak is coming from her booty. Like, what? Like, Porsha just, I'm telling y'all, it just, the lights don't be on up there. Like, it just don't make sense. Okay? But I do not think she was trying to be offensive. I just don't. At all. Was it ignorant as hell? I think so. I think it was ignorant as all hell. But do I think she meant to be offensive? No. I don't. I don't think she was purposely trying to make K. Michelle feel away. So Shamia wants to start like this rum company. And I feel like she should be thanking her husband before she ends up losing millions of dollars like Angela. As much as the husband looks like he's getting on her nerves when it comes to the business side of it, the stuff he was asking in the Zoom that they showed, those are the type of questions you need to ask when it comes to running a business like that. Because right now, the food industry, the restaurant industry, product industry, retail industry, it's all going to crap right now because nobody has money to buy anything. So if something is highly priced or highly margined, nobody gonna buy it, straight up. So she should really be thanking her husband as much as he's getting on her nerves. Like, you should really be praising that man because it's real tricky out here in these streets. Some people doing a lot of strange things for change and they're not trying to spend it on a new alcoholic beverage. especially if it don't got a popular name attached to it. I really feel like Shamia's husband wants her to be like a typical housewife. He does not want her to work like that. As much as he's probably supporting her, I think like the regular African man, he wants her to like sit down. Like you could do a little hobby here and there, but I need you at home, take care of the kids, and being a housewife cooking. That's what he wants, I feel like, deep down. And he's just not voicing that because he doesn't want to hurt her feelings. That's how I see it from an outsider looking in. Pinky ends up meeting with this attorney, and she doesn't let her husband know. We'll get to that in a little bit. I don't care what nobody says. Pinky's story is a story that I like to hear about because we as Black people need to do better. We love to make fun of people when they broke and they down and out. This lady was not broke, down and out years ago. She just now is starting to have financial issues in regards to her business. We need to, as Black people, take her as a learning lesson instead of trying to key about it. Not everything, to me, like, I see this how I know I'm getting older and I'm getting mature. Like, not everything is a key. Like, some things you really need to take as a learning lesson. Like, I don't laugh at situations like her. I want to learn from her so I know what not to do when I start to do certain businesses and stuff like that. Because I didn't know what a personal guarantor was. Like, I learned that from Vicki. So it's just like certain stuff that she's saying, we need to not laugh at this lady. She's smart. Because guess what? The white people do it all the time, but they get away with it because guess what? Their white counterparts, they're not making fun of them, at least publicly. Now, we all know they probably behind each other back, but they're not doing it publicly. They're not keying. They're not laughing at them, right? Now, I do feel like her not telling the husband, that to me is a little suspect, okay? What Nene said to Kim, I found that comment to be a little suspect. I found that to be a little suspect because what is the point in having a partner and a husband, or whatever, if you're not able to rely and tell them information? That automatically makes me side eye their relationship because you should be able to vent whatever it is. You should be able to at least inform your partner. I find that to be very weird, to be honest. So there's that. Cynthia ends up meeting with K Michelle, Pinky, and K Michelle and Pinky are sorority sisters. Soror! Okay, I love a good soror story. So they're sorors, and apparently K Michelle went on a series of tweets. Now I remember when she went on this tangent. She started going on these tweets saying about this person a bimbo. I thought she was calling Drew a bimbo, but it makes sense why she called Porsha a bimbo because Porsha, she bimbo, like she real bimbo, like that's real bimbo. So it makes sense now looking back at it. She was like, she will not be a clown. She won't be this and that. Now those tweets compared to what happened was very dramatic. And I like K Michelle, but y'all know I'm gonna keep it a buck. That was very dramatic. I thought her and Drew was arguing and cussed each other out, and that's why she tweeted that. That was a little fishing for storyline, Kay. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Now this scene was funny as hell to me because I told y'all before, I'm Mr. Cleo with the ish. I told y'all, Porsha is and K Michelle, I don't ever see being friends for real, for real. K Michelle does not like a dumb girl. Like Porsha not dumb, but she's not the brightest. No shade. So K, I could already like I've been watching K Michelle for ever. So I know how she is and the type of people she gets along with. She does not get along with Trixie Daisies. Okay? Like just like type of girly. Portia's a type of girl. So it's like when I saw the first scene together, I said, what? She's bringing her on? Let's see how long this lasts. Now, of course, it didn't end up in a nasty way between them, but like you could tell they did one of those. They did the they did the Candy and Nene that we see each other. Like they did one of those without saying it, basically. Because we'll get to the end of that scene. But she brings up the miscarriage comment. She was like, oh, she didn't appreciate it. She even calls Porsha a dingbat. Then they start talking about Phaedra. K Michelle said, why Phaedra always laugh all the time? When I tell y'all, I laughed so hard when she said that because even during the preview when I seen it in the trailer, because Phaedra do be laughing all the time. She be like, "Oh, honey, where's Willie Watkins? Ooh, fix him." She loves to do that. So for somebody to come on the show and clock her for that, that to me was so funny. And this is why I came and shows Nina on the show, because that is something that I always did notice about Phaedra. She does that fake giggle like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she gonna hit us with one of those, like a once in a blue moon, right? And then Picky's like, yeah, and I don't trust people that eat dead people. That was just random. It was funny though, but it was random. We all know Phaedra not out here gnawing on buttons as your mortuary, whatchamacallit. And to be honest, you better be careful, Pinky. She gonna serve your ass with a cease and desist. You keep going around saying that. Y'all know Phaedra don't pay about her degrees and her multiple jobs. Somebody the other day in the comments said, damn, Pierre, you're like Phaedra. You have had so many jobs and did and do. And she says the reason why she not feeling Phaedra going around town telling people how she eat meat. Okay? You say you eat meat, you eat your husband's meat. So she could have been referred to your husband's meat. Okay? But apparently she didn't appreciate that because she has a freaking an alliance with PETA, all this type of stuff. So she said she did not appreciate her going around saying these things. Okay? Now that's not the first time people have said that though about you, Pinky, that you over there eat gobbling meat down. So, hey, you got to be mad at everybody if that's going to be the case. All right. So Drew ends up meeting with Black. Y'all, do they call him Black because he got a lot of black spread? Because, baby, oh, mama, oh, me. Black, you got a lot of money, girl. Boy, you got to run to the clinic. Okay, I'm a clinic promoter now that I've seen that the results do work. So y'all gonna be hearing me say that a lot. And I'm gonna clock everybody's tea that needs to go to the clinic. No shade, okay? And I'm not talking about the STD clinic, y'all. I'm talking about the hair clinic, okay? The transplant, okay? Right? He needs to go down over there, babes, because ain't no reason. Okay, all Drew had to do was this, and she would have had some tobacco. Because the way he was sprayed down, I couldn't believe it. Now, he is very nice on the eyes, okay? I will say that. And to me, he's like a gift giver, per se. A trick, per se. Okay, he gives gifts. He gives Drew gifts for the children, for the baby. Brings flowers. Okay, once again, like I said, he's really easy on the eyes besides the black spray. I'm into darker men anyway, so it's like no shade. So I was gonna find him attractive regardless. So I like the fact though that in this scene he laid down the law with her. It was like, you're still married. And I'm a boss. Okay, I'm a boss. Okay, I'm a boss, nigga. And how he says that you have an active investment, meaning you still married and you still have attachments to you. And for me to move on with you, you're gonna have to let that go completely. I said, oh, he not playing around. I like the fact that he laid down that law with her. Now, Drew at this point is like, she's smitten. She dressed it all white. Hopefully she doesn't hog him because she gonna end up with a couple of black marks. And she seems to really be liking him. What I don't get with Drew is, why are you kind of wanting to claim him in private, but then in person, that's your friend and all of that? It's giving DL relationship. You are not the DL whisperer, babes. Like, that to me was a little odd. That to me was a little weird. Okay. Angela ends up meeting with her daughter at this new property she brought, and the daughter starts questioning her intentions in investing in the property. I'm not gonna lie. Once again, I've entered somewhat of the real estate space recently, and like, it is very easy to get caught up and at a financial deficit. I've been kind of learning the ropes. I haven't been doing it, so there's that. But it's nothing to play with. She starts crying about losing her mom, and I just cannot picture like losing a parent, like, because I haven't lost one yet. Knock on two woods. So I just can't imagine emotion. Like, Angela can't even talk about it without like damn near like busting out in tears. So I do feel like though that she is continuing this home situation to prove a point. Because of the failures that she had, I feel like she wants to show people like, haha, I could do it. But it's like, at what cost, right? Shamia meets with her run company business partners through Zoom. At like, they were in Grenada, and then her business partners were with her in the board meeting. Y'all, Shamia is so corny. I love her. When I tell y'all, I cannot stand her confessionals. They be having me cracking. Or she like, so y'all, guess what? I got me a rum company, baby. And guess what? I'm going to name it. The name of it is going to be Rum Bum. Rum bum. Yeah. I'm like, Shamia. Now, first of all, that was not that funny. And second of all, you doing too much. But this is why I feel like Shamia is needed on this show because she's like a secret comedic relief for me. Like I keep at her more than with her, but I'm still keying. That's all that matters. So we need somebody like Shamia. Okay, we need it to give us a couple laughs here and there. Okay, she calling it rum bum, right? The bottle being priced at $30 in Grenada to be able to be bought and sold in the US is crazy. That profit margin is going to be insanity. Shamia should not go through with that deal if they're trying to make her pay that amount for one bottle. That is insane. Are you crazy? Are you high? Literally, like that husband knows what the hell he's talking about because he probably heard them numbers and was like, no. I think Shamia is trying to have as big of a profitable business as her husband, not as a way to compete, but to show him that I could do it too. And I'm not kind of like using you for your money or staying around just because of the money and the kids. And I wish you would like not think that, or it's purely for storyline. It could be either or. Pinky or her husband end up having a date. Now there's a whole discourse on Twitter that her husband is one of the girls. Y'all need to stop doing that when it comes to black couples. Just because a man is with a more, because Pinky to me is masculine, but you could tell she's like a tougher girl. That does not automatically mean that they're a punk. Okay? To me, I don't give hump from him. I don't. That's just my opinion. I got it from what's her name? What was her name? Britt and the husband. That I got no shade. Like that was like, yeah. But him, I don't think so. I just feel like he's maybe a little bit more awkward, and I think he's so reserved that people are trying to pick and point that about him. Plus, he is fine though. Like he do look good. So I think it's a little bit of like desire when it comes to that. To the people on Twitter that's saying that. Okay. Now during the date, she talks about the bankruptcy. She didn't talk about the bankruptcy thing, but she talks about the debt situation. But once again, why can't you lean on your husband during this difficult time? That to me is very odd. Like, and that goes into the whole dynamic when it comes to men and women, and the man's supposed to be leading and all of that. Because if that's the case, y'all not following it. But who am I to talk? I'm about. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like that to me is so awkward to me to see and watch that because you would think she would run and tell him, especially because he has his own business and would understand. I just feel like she was embarrassed and didn't want to hear it from him. Porsha and K. Michelle end up meeting. And y'all, Porsha, this is the thing with Porsha. She loves to do meetups and come in with questionable energy. She come in, why are you on your phone? You know she is already feeling a way about something you did, and you're on your phone. That's the disrespect I be talking about. Like she automatically comes in with like a little chip on the shoulder. And am I the only one that peeps that? Like I feel like Porsha's not being herself this season, and the past few seasons that she was on. It's as if she's trying to come off as like comedic and all, and it's like she's not being herself and comfortable. And I think it's because she notices the other girls would kind of call her out more than the other girls will. I'm talking about the OGs, like the Kenyas, the Phaedras, the Ninis, the Candies, the Cynthias, when they were all around in the midst of each other, they would call out Porsha, don't get me wrong, but I felt like she was a lot more comfortable. She was a lot more herself. She doesn't seem like she's herself anymore. It's something off. Do y'all notice that? Am I the only one? So K. Michelle starts talking to her about why she's feeling. And the reason why I changed my opinion on K. Michelle doing the most, she was to me being dramatic with the tweets, but she does have a point because they showed a flashback scene of her telling Porsha, I want to have a child, I want to have a daughter. So it's like her telling you that, and the first thing you say when she tell you some medical things, did you have miscarriage? That is kind of like, you could kind of get how somebody would think or feel a way about that, especially with them wanting a child and then have had miscarriage and stuff before. So it's like, I could see why K. Michelle felt away. Okay. She did end up apologizing. I do feel like it was genuine. I do feel like it was a genuine apology, but I don't think they're going to be best of friends this season or the next. Straight up. I think K. Michelle sees Porsha for like who she is a little bit and probably being in the midst of the girls for a little bit of time. And I think, let me tell y'all, this is my theory. I think when K. Michelle sat with Porsha and Kelly, and Porsha accused Kelly of sleeping with a married man. I think she clocked Porsha T. She like, girl, you only saying that because you was with a married man. So don't do that. I think once she saw that in person and what Porsha was trying to do, she didn't like that. That was Porsha's mistake. You shouldn't have invited K. Michelle in that scene because I don't think she liked that. I just don't think she voiced it. She kind of insinuated too in that scene that like before she goes off, she kind of waits to say stuff. That's what I think. Let me know what y'all think about that. And K. Michelle with that silver confessional, that was one of the best confessionals I've seen in a minute. Oh my God. When I tell y'all she looks so good in that confessional with that silver hat, man, whoever designed that, you get 50 tens. Not even two. You get 50 finger snaps. Like that was so tea. I like that so much. Like she looks really good. All right, let me know what y'all think down below about this video, and we're out, babies.